I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Miraculous Ladybug loves the fact that it's like this endless cycle of nothing being resolved because they realized it and they realized they can keep the show going on longer. It's cheap. It's cheap. It's lazy. Alright, like Miraculous Ladybug, if you don't go sit down somewhere, you know how remember elementary school when the teachers be telling you to go sit down somewhere? Miraculous Ladybug, go sit down. Hey y'all, it's Harriyanna and I'm back with another video. Hello, my name is Harriyanna. If you are new and this is your first time ever seeing me, welcome to, or you been here before, welcome back to the pirate ship, also known as Harry Hook's pirate ship. I am the captain. You are not my first mate. I don't got no first mate because you wanna know why? Nobody is worthy of being the first mate. Hey, my name is Harriyanna and I like to make content based off nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces. Everybody tends to, you know, follow me and know me for either my Descendants content or my Miraculous content. And today I am here with Miraculous content, the first Miraculous video of the year. Not officially because I made 2 crack videos before, but the first, you know, actually, let's actually talk about some shit. I don't know what's going on with my hair. I like the way it looked last time. Now I feel like I'm funny looking. Y'all, my neighbors out there fighting. Ooh, let me not be nosy. Let's just keep going, okay? But this is just something that I have briefly mentioned before and I've mentioned every now and then, but I actually want to just sit and just take the time to make a whole video dedicated to this topic right here. When I say Miraculous Ladybug needs to learn how to sit down, I mean it. Sit your ass down.
Let me see the same person mess up again, you gonna sit your ass down.
Like Miss G said, y'all need to learn how to sit down on this series, and I'm gonna sit here and explain and elaborate what that actually means. Miraculous needs to learn how to sit down, and here's what all of that is about. Miraculous Ladybug, if you watch the show or if you're familiar with it, you would know that Miraculous Ladybug functions on a villain of the week type of story. And if you don't know what villain of the week type is, I'm just gonna sit here and just read it to you. Okay, put in the clip here. Villain of the week, depending on the genre, monster of the week, freak of the week, or alien of the week, is an antagonist that only appears in one episode of a multi-episode work of fiction. A villain of the week is commonly seen in American and Japanese genres-based television series. Yes, I am aware that plenty of people who watch Miraculous Ladybug content on YouTube don't watch the show. So I know y'all are like, what the fuck is akumatization? Explain that. Okay, I will. Akuma is basically a quirk for people, you know, that watch, love My Hero Academia. They have quirks in the show, which is called something else. It's the power that the holder of the butterfly miraculous has. Okay, you see this picture right there? Yeah, that's that. This superpower allows the user to transform an ordinary person into a superhuman, as well as make that person a loyal follower of the user. And you see that hand right there? That person is using the Akuma for bad. All right. Miraculous Ladybug's villain of the week are usually innocent people who got akumatized. 8 times out of 10, the person who got akumatized is a decent human being. Sometimes bad people get akumatized, but most of the time, they're people who don't bother nobody. Yeah, it's tragic. The character I will be using for an example would have to be Rose and her akumatization, simply because it's one of my favorites from the series. Over here on the left, this is Rose. That's what she normally looks like, and when she gets akumatized, that's her. Yeah. I hope this all made sense to you. Okay, back to the video. So the best example of monster of the week that most people are familiar with would have to be Scooby-Doo. And a lot of just those old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. That's what Monster of the Week is, okay? We are introduced to a character in the beginning, and then their arc is finished by the end of that, and then we never see them again. They're done for, and then the characters move on and go on to another issue, another Monster of the Week, and so forth. There's nothing new about Monster of the Week, and it can be done very, very badly and very, very well, depending on how it's executed, okay? Scooby-Doo, everyone knows Scooby-Doo for its Monster of the Week format. This is nothing new. Shows and books have been doing Monster of the Week since forever, okay? And it can be a bit repetitive once you start to watch a lot of these episodes, and you'll understand how this format goes. Basically with Scooby-Doo, everyone figured out that basically we are introduced to the villain early on. They leave, we forget about them, they think we forget about them, and then they come back in the end and they are revealed to be the monster. They get arrested, and then the episode ends. No, that one episode of Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. took me out. Y'all need to watch Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. That shit slaps. Where basically this man found out it was his wife, and he decided, he was like, I ain't gonna press charges. I was like, oh, I know he feel betrayed. I would have pressed charges. Oh my god, it was so trippy. Y'all should really watch Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. It's amazing. I watched it like 3 times when I was a teenager because I was super duper obsessed. Yes, I was tuning in every day to see Daphne and Fred's fucked up relationship. That is one of my favorite ships of all time. I'm sorry to bother you with my straightness right now, but I love me some Daphne and Fred. So back to Villain of the Week. The Villain of the Week format in Miraculous is very similar to the Villain of the Week format in Teen Titans 2003, where, you know, you'll go in, they do Monster of the Week, but each season has like a main villain. Not really the problem, but it was executed a lot better in that series than it is here. We're gonna get there, we're gonna get there. But here's where the Villain of the Week trope becomes an issue when it comes to Little Miss Miraculous Ladybug, okay? Here's the true downfall of this series. Here I'm gonna compare Miraculous Ladybug to another show that is still currently aired called Legacies. And I don't want nobody trying to think I'm bragging on Legacies or anything because I work there and whatnot, but no. This literally is the only show where I think it's like the best comparison at the moment. And when I say only show, I mean only show that I'm currently watching, and that's kind of on air. There probably is another show that does this. I don't know. I don't care. Legacies is the best example to compare Miraculous Ladybug to in this moment. As Legacies and Miraculous Ladybug, I almost forgot the name of it. They both operate on a Monster of the Week format, but the Monster of the Week format works better with Legacies than it does on Miraculous, because Miraculous Ladybug, it's similar in format to it is with Legacies, like similar when it comes to the characters. Both series are about a set group of people and how the Villain of the Week, you know, progresses the story and moves the story along, not only for the plot but also the characters. But way too many times when it comes to Miraculous Ladybug, 9 times out of 10 when they introduce the Monster of the Week, the Monster of the Week is basically an innocent citizen of Paris that gets akumatized because they were sad or angry or whatever. They are the Villain of the Week, and then they stay. Like, they don't leave. And Legacies, when there is a Villain of the Week, they come in the beginning, fuck shit up for the episode, the kids come in, sometimes the adults come in to save the day, and then they're left, and then they keep going on. Yes, there is a consistent villain overall in the show, but when they do this Monster of the Week format, they come and leave. With Miraculous, they stay. They stay, and they don't go anywhere. In Legacies, when their arc is finished, when they're done, they are done for. But Miraculous keeps these people around. And the downfall of this, of why it's a problem that they kept so many of these people around, is because there's too many people in this show now. There's way too many people in this series for this sloppy of writing. You could have a show with a lot of characters. You can have big, great ensemble shows. But a lot of ensemble shows focus on different characters for each episode, but this show does it so poorly because they keep introducing new people and then they focus their attention straight back to Marinette and Adrian, the two leads. It would work if Miraculous Ladybug didn't have a set main character, if they had an ensemble of characters. But it doesn't work here because at the end of the day, the story has to shift back and focus on the two main characters, which ends up being 4 characters because they're heroes in disguise, but it's 2 at the end of the day. When there are more people in the series and it's not really an ensemble, it's harder to get to know them. Miraculous Ladybug is a series that has an ongoing plot, but it's getting to the point where the same people are getting akumatized over and over and over and over and over again, okay? Even though there are so many characters within this series, it still feels empty. And this isn't just shade to like the animation department, because we were talking about how Paris looks a little too empty, but no, this isn't about that. I understand animation is expensive and things like that, whatever, I understand that part. I'm just toying with you guys. But this part right here, it feels empty because we don't know nobody. We don't really know these characters as well as we think we do. Y'all think y'all know Marinette well? You don't. You really don't. We don't know Marinette that good as we think we do. She don't even know herself, low-key. And we're gonna go why. I'm gonna explain that, okay? Because nothing in this show progresses forward. It always gets moved back and it feels like an endless cycle of the same shit happening over and over and over and over and over again. Because it is. We are 100 episodes in of this series and it still feels like we barely know anyone. That is not good. We don't know these people. Yes, we know what they look like. We know what they sound like. We know their mannerisms. Not all that much, to be honest. We're being real. We know what upsets them. We know what makes them sad and we know what makes them angry. What else? Because that's it. Everything else just feels very stagnant and nothing is moving along. The reason why nothing moves forward with the development of most characters in this series is because of that damn Monster of the Week format that they don't want to let go of. And I'm not saying to let go of the Monster of the Week format forever. It's just sometimes it's not necessary. The more you watch the series, you can catch on to the fact that there is a consistent plot, where the series becomes more story driven than episodic. In the beginning, it was a bit more episodic, but when we got towards the end of season 1, we realized there's a story here. Like Panty and Stalking. What did I just compare Miraculous Ladybug to Panty and Stalking? So when you notice that the story is becoming more story driven than episodic, you realize it's kind of unnecessary to have a villain in every episode. And when I say villain, I mean some random person or not getting akumatized. So many of the episodes in this show are filler. And when it's not filler, and here where it gets kind of funny. It's not really funny. I ain't laughing hardy har. Like right when you feel like you're getting to know someone a bit better, somebody gets turned into a monster and they have to pause what they're doing to go save Paris from being fucked up. And 9 out of 10 Paris does get fucked up, but you know, it gets reversed in the end of the day, okay? Like it's annoying. So they have to stop them from, you know, fucking up Paris, and then everything is on pause again. And then at the end of the episode where the day is saved, the characters come together and then the episode ends. And then it's a repeat of that. It gets annoying. It gets very irritating. And right when you start to get to know a character, I'll take Natalie and Alex for example here, okay? We find Alex becomes the holder of the Bunny Miraculous.
My watch? Yes, my watch. Our watch. So this was a miraculous? In camouflage mode. Fluff, counterclockwise.
Where'd she go? Like, she's barely in the show anymore now. We found out Alex is a very important piece of this story, and then they're gone. Like, where is Alex? Where is she? Yeah, she came in Gang of Secrets, and I loved her little moment that she had with Kim. Her Alex and Kim are in love, and you can't convince me that they're not in Hackson. But where is she? Like, you revealed this very important part of her character in season 3 and then you just threw her away. Like, we were getting to know Alex and now it feels like a stranger again. Now with Natalie, it's like we felt like we were actually getting some type of character development with her.
Natalie, I need my Yura to give this negative emotion a new dimension.
We saw that in the episodes that were going on. We saw how she was getting sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker, and to the point where she became bedridden. Once they throw her ass in bed, it's like they don't know what to do with her no more. It's like Alex all over again. And this show does that so many times with so many of its characters, where we see that they are getting developed somewhere, and once we see that they're getting to a point where we're actually getting to know them and we're actually getting to see how they are a good piece to this story, they're like pushed aside. And it, like Alex, it feels as if the show forgets about her because they're like, oh yeah, Alex is one of Marinette's friends. We gotta throw her in the background. Oh yeah, Natalie is Gabriel's assistant mistress. That's why we have to figure out, we gotta put her back in. Like, it's just stupid stuff like that where I think they forget about certain characters. That's why they have little crumbs in episodes. Part of the reason why Miraculous needs to sit down is because once we see that there is something going on with the character, it's thrown out the window because the villain of the week comes in and fucks everything up. And it distracts everyone, and then nothing feels like it gets resolved, alright? Like Miraculous Ladybug, if you don't go sit down somewhere, you know how remember elementary school and the teachers be telling you to go sit down somewhere? Miraculous Ladybug, go sit down. Like, I understand that the akumatized villains are a part of the show. It's what got everybody interested in it because it's actually very entertaining. It's funny to a certain extent too. I think the design of when someone gets akumatized is super duper cool. I even edited pictures of myself with that on my face because I just think it's so cute. The akumatized villains are ruining the story to a certain extent also because they make the show feel empty, alright? It's obvious that the Miraculous Ladybug team feels as if they have to keep doing this Monster of the Week format because their targeted audience for the series is kids. And I think that's like the big downfall of this series in general, because they feel like because the series is towards kids, they have to dumb shit down. They feel like they have to make stuff a little easier to comprehend, where it just kind of ruins so much for the series. It's like, we understand kids love action, okay, but sometimes it just feels very hollow, okay? It's obvious that the Monster of the Week is going to, you know, stay in the story. Fine. We can't get rid of the Monster of the Week format because that's literally what this show's foundation is built on. But we don't need to have a Monster of the Week every week. But when you introduce so many new characters and for us to see them all the time but none of them get developed, that's a problem. It's frustrating because this show really could benefit if it just stopped. And when I mean it just stopped, I mean the show, like I said earlier, sit down. You don't have to be so loud and rambunctious all the time. Like, we've seen it before. We see that it actually does work for this series. Like, I will take, you know, Glaciator 2 for example. We got to learn a lot about, not a lot, but we actually got to know Marinette and Adrian, who was in disguise as Cat Noir at the time. But then literally it was ruined because Andre the Ice Cream Man got akumatized, and then next thing you know, it was back to fighting stuff.
Thanks for flying Cat Noir Airways. We hope you'll be flying again soon.
Thanks. That was nice.
My pleasure. Oh, wait, you're training.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that.
Quick, back into position. You can totally do it this time. I just know it.
Dear...
Ladybug and Cat Noir are the ones who should be in love, not you two! My ice cream never lies!
Again?
Like, we would love to see episodes with Ladybug and Cat Noir not fighting anyone and just hanging out and getting to know one another, okay? Because people were complaining about, like, you know, the love square and Lady Noir. And I was like, do y'all not understand that Ladybug and Cat Noir don't really know each other? Because every time they get together, they have to focus on saving the city. They don't have time to sit down and get to know one of each other, okay? Like, I wish people would understand that's why Lady Noir doesn't work, because they don't know each other, okay? I ship Lady Noir. I ship the whole love square except for Ladrian, because I find Ladrian to be boring as shit, okay? But the love square is just not my focus of this series, because it's gotten annoying. It's gotten really annoying. The reason it's not working is because they don't know one another, and it shows poorly. They think that they know one another, and that's where a lot of their arguments come from. Like, Lady Noir be feeling like they feel like that annoying ass high school couple that's just arguing in the hallway all the time, and you walk past them and you're just like, y'all at it again, goodbye. I love to just see like a school dance episode where the kids, we can just see them having a good time without a monster coming in and fucking up the mood. And here I'm actually gonna praise My Hero Academia for something. There are times where we actually just sit down and get to learn about the kids. No superhero shit or whatever. Well, it is superhero shit in general because they're learning to become superheroes. But we actually get to know them and we're like, oh, these are people. I would actually love to see the band be a band for once, okay? We don't really see much band shit. And the band is something that I'm actually really interested in the series. I think it's adorable. I think it's so cute that the kids formed a band. I've always wanted to form a band, okay? I used to be a really big fan of Garage Band, that Canadian series, alright? I like that. I really enjoyed the band. But it always cuts when they are finished performing. And we don't really see them perform all that much. Ugh. Or it's like it cuts to them like getting ready. I would love that little montage of when, you know, they were making their music video and Marinette was making their costumes and Rose was singing and Julika and Luca were playing the guitar and Ivan was on the drums and Marinette was filming everything. Like, that was great. I really did enjoy it because it felt like we was getting to know them. But then the band don't come back until the end of the episode because Luca got akumatized. Like, also, why was Zoe akumatized on her first day there? Also, one thing that really trips me out a lot about Miraculous Ladybug is that I'm tired of a lot of these episodes just taking place in one day. It's okay to have arcs over a few days. We saw that shit in the New York special. I'm trying to remember, was it over a few days in Shanghai? I don't know. Whatever, okay? I like how there's an arc over a few days. We've seen it before where, you know, Tom thought that Marinette was dating Cat Noir and shit like that. That was over 2 days. Okay, this show needs to stop trying to cram everything in one day. The main thing that irritates me so much about Soul Crusher is because all of that shit happened in one day. It moved too fast. Why is Zoe's first day of school here? Why is she getting akumatized? We don't know her. We see the way that Sabrina is hurt by the way Chloe treats her. Do something with that. We were told that Jagged spends more time with Luca and ignores Julika. How do we know that? Because it was revealed that that's what it was. We didn't know that. We just found out that Jagged was their daddy, and then next thing you know, oh, he's not giving Julika the same attention as Luca. How are we supposed to know that? We didn't see it. Like, why do y'all think there is so much fan fiction for this series, okay? Why do y'all think people are constantly making incorrect quotes and headcanons for these characters? Because we don't know them. No one even realized that Miraculous had hit 100 episodes is because so many of those episodes, I say a good half of them, barely contribute much of anything to the plot. It's like, and a good 40 of them, when something does happen, it ends up getting retracted, and then it's an endless cycle of nothing getting resolved. And it honestly just feels like a cheap way to keep the show going, like I mentioned in the beginning of this. Like, this show is just very frustrating. But why do we keep watching it? We keep watching it for the characters, okay? Because the show wouldn't tell us shit about the characters. We made up shit about them, and that's why we love them so much. We took the little crumbs that they gave us with these characters and we went overboard. That's the main reason why people are watching Miraculous Ladybug. We're not watching this show because it's good. We're watching it because we're invested and we're attached to everybody now. Miraculous is good when it's good. I'm not saying Miraculous is horrible overall. You are allowed to like bad things, y'all. I like Descendants, and Descendants had the same problem when it came to character development for a lot of characters, because yeah, way more characters got developed there, but then there were also some where we just didn't know shit about them, like Jay. Like, what the fuck even was that? And same with Gil. Like, what? But Miraculous is good when it's good, but when it is ass, it is straight ass. This show just needs to sit down every now and then so we can just get to know the people within in it, because the audience doesn't know them, and then it just makes the things that they do more frustrating, because we're just like, why are they doing that? We don't understand them. We don't know why they're doing the things that they do because we don't know them all that well. It's annoying. It's over. That concludes the end of this, y'all. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a comment down below on how you feel about me saying that Miraculous Ladybug just needs to sit the fuck down, because it absolutely does. The show can just really benefit from just being quiet for a minute. All right. But if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. If you want to support me on donations, I have a Buy Me a Coffee and I have a Ko-fi, link will be down below. I have Patreon, most expensive tier is $5, cheapest is $1. I will have the link for that down below. If you guys are interested in purchasing merchandise at harriyannahook.com. That is my site, that's my store right there. Go nuts. You want to support me for free, I have a web show called The Progenies. It's a Descendants fan series. Link will be down below. Also, if you guys want to support me for free, another way is just to follow me on everything at Harriyanna, HARRIYANNA. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night. 'Cause I work hard to get to this point in my life. I'm blowing up, so don't hate, just congratulate.
The Powerpuff Girls will just blow your mind. Buttercup like villains 3 at a time. Bubbles will smile while kicking your butt, and Blossom will lead them out of their rut. Cherish and Powerpuff, 2 of a kind. Both wanna save the world before bad times. From Townsville, Memphis, New York to LA, the Powerpuff Girls are just here to stay. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they're shocking. You know no one can stop them all because of us.